Well, good afternoon, East Alabama and West Georgia. Dr. Don in here with you on your Tuesday. It is 4:41 p.m. Central, 5:41 p.m. Eastern, and I want to go live for just a few moments and let you know I'm alive. I know I've been away. There's been a lot going on up here in Northeast Georgia. I know things look a little bit different here on the screen. This is not what Dr. Don's weather normally looks like. But I've been away from the studio really since last Saturday morning. We had a major ice storm up here in the Northeast Georgia mountains, and we are now in the recovery phase of that ice storm. We received right at a half-inch of ice across White County, Georgia, where Helen and Cleveland were right next door to Lumpkin County, where Dahlonega is located. You know where that's at. And so we have transitioned now from the response mode into the recovery mode. So we are helping to support the utilities that are in the area. We're very fortunate up here in that our main electric provider, which is Habersham Electric, was jumped on this thing early. They staged a lot of linemen from all over the country here prior to the storm, so they were able to get out there and jump on this thing early. And we are now down to less than 3,000 customers without power. We believe, our fingers are crossed, that we'll have the majority of the power grid back up within the next 24 hours. There may be a few that it takes a little bit longer, but we're able to we're in a good place right now. We still have a lot of roads that have trees wrapped up in power lines. We have a lot of low-hanging trees over roadways, so there are a lot of places around the county, especially across the central part of White County and in the northern sections of the county up in the National Forest, where we still have a lot of trees that need to be cleaned up. So that process continues here in White County, and I'm heavily involved in that process with the planning part of it and the logistics end of it. So that's why I've been away. I hope that we start to get things back to normal in the next 24 to 48 hours, and I can start back with our daily primetime forecast. And at the moment, I kind of plan on doing a Weather Talk Live probably Thursday night to talk to you about what's coming this weekend. We're very nervous up here in the Northeast Georgia mountains. I don't think what is coming this weekend will affect East Alabama and West Georgia in the way of winter precipitation. It will affect you in the temperatures. It's going to be extremely cold again this weekend. We're talking maybe approaching 60 hours of below freezing temperatures across Alabama and Georgia. So that is very dangerous cold that will cause a lot of damage to water systems across the area, quite frankly. So the plans are right now we may do a Weather Talk Live on Thursday night. If by the time we get to Thursday it looks like it's going to affect East Alabama and West Georgia. For those of you up here in Northeast Georgia, we're watching this very closely, and I know you're seeing a lot of gloom and doom on social media about the possibilities of a historic snowstorm right on top of the historic ice storm that we're still in recovery mode with. And so just understand that it's way, way too early to be talking about precipitation amounts and the actual placement of where that precipitation is going to take place. We don't know. If the low forms off in the Atlantic, we may not get much, if anything, here in the Northeast Georgia mountains. If the low forms out in the Gulf of Mexico, now that could be a different story, and in that scenario, it would affect East Alabama and West Georgia as well. Problem is, we've got to get at least another 24, if not 48 hours of data and look at model runs and look for trends and consistencies before we can start mapping a forecast for this weekend. We do know 100% for sure it's going to be brutally cold again this weekend. But as far as winter precipitation, it's still too early to tell. So we'll be watching that. We'll continue to update you on it. I just wanted to jump in here right quick and let everybody know that I'm fine. A little sleep deprived, but I am fine, and I will be back to a normal routine with Dr. Don's weather just as quick as humanly possible. Thank you for jumping in here this afternoon. I'll see you again real soon on Dr.